In this video, I will break down exactly how I predict what's going to happen in the New York session by using the London session as a massive confluence. And the main confluence I use, well, there's two confluences. The first confluence is I want to look for a relatively small Asian range. And that's exactly what we had over here. We had a relatively low volume Asian range over here. That is the first thing I look for. The second thing I look for is a fair value gap within the London session. So if we zoom into price over here, we can see a very, very clear inefficiency or fair value gap within this region, right? So price here left an inefficiency or a fair value gap just over here, right? I like to use the entire buy to sell wicks over here. And we see how New York came into this area over here. So what I look for as a New York session trader is I want to see a relatively tight Asian session, and I want to see how the New York session behaves around London fair value gaps. Now, in this case, I then had access to the order flow, right? So when you have the order flow, you can then see exactly what was happening behind the candles. Now, in this case, this was a very, very large wick to the downside, which has a lot of aggressive sellers that were not being rewarded. And then we were met by aggressive buyers. So if we take this back to the overall charts over here, the regular candlestick charts, what I want traders to really take away from this video is that we had a lot of aggressive sellers within this region that were not rewarded, and then we had a lot of aggressive sellers over here that were not rewarded. This is what creates the bullishness in the overall price action that you see with the power of three.